This month's honoree was born and raised in Topeka. She went to college here, ultimately deciding to stay here to develop her professional career. Her achievements and efforts have been recognized with numerous awards, including Washburn School of Law Graduate of the Last Decade, Go Topeka's Woman of Influence Distinguished Mentor, and Jayhawk Area Council's 20 Under 40. It's time to learn more about last month's selection for Everything Woman. Danielle Hall grew up in the Oakland neighborhood and attended Highland Park High School. She had other opportunities for college, but she knew Washburn was a special place.
I love Topeka. I love my hometown. And so having the opportunity to attend Washburn was definitely something that I just always kind of knew I wanted to do.
Upon graduation, law school was inevitable, and the choice was simple.
I knew the next step was I wanted to go to Washburn Law. So much so that I actually didn't apply anywhere else.
Mock trial was her favorite activity as an undergrad, and something similar became her passion as a law student.
We call it trial advocacy at the law school level. I think it helps you become just overall a better lawyer. Whether or not you decide to be an advocate in the courtroom or you decide to pursue something else as a lawyer.
After years of simulated trial experiences, it was time for Danielle to do the real thing at a local office.
Cooper and Lee Law Office at the time. And the attorney was Greg Lee, was who I was interning for. And so right as I was about to graduate, of course, I was asked whether or not there was an interest in maybe staying on. And so I did that for a while before moving on to my next stage.
Shifting gears after 2 years, she took a giant leap of faith.
I got an opportunity to work for the Kansas Bar Association. And this was in a non-traditional lawyer role. At the time I was coming in, they were looking for somebody who could come in with a background and knowledge about the areas of law and work with what we would call our different sections and our different committees.
Another couple of years pass, so it's time for something new.
The main focus of the Law Office Management Assistance Program that I developed over at the Bar Association was to help lawyers really get better at the business side of practicing law.
Danielle is almost 6 years into her career when she goes on to the Practice Management Program, where national conferences come into play. And while making contacts across the U.S., an interesting thing happened.
The American Bar Association adopted a standard that we would have to be competent with our use of technology. So because I got interested in that, I started pursuing and really connecting with our folks at what we call our Office of the Disciplinary Administrator.
These are the folks that regulate lawyers and their licenses as it relates to ethical obligation.
I found myself regulating lawyers and actually handling disciplinary matters before our own Kansas Supreme Court in regards to lawyers who might have violated their ethical obligations.
In the disciplinary office, she started working and handling diversion programs. A lot of this is boots on the ground, educating lawyers that help exists and services are there.
I would speak to lawyer groups, whether that was bar associations or teaching continuing legal education on these subject matters, so that way they were, one, aware of some of the warning signs, and then two, that there were resources out there that could also help.
Danielle has been with the Lawyers Assistance Program since 2019, and she's operating as Executive Director there until May 1st. She'll then transition into her new role with the judicial branch as Chief of Professionalism.
The great thing is that I get to shift from working with lawyers to also now working with judges.
In addition to ever-changing roles with her profession, she still finds time to coach trial teams at Washburn and also teaches a class there in the Legal Studies Department.
Of course, it's something that's near and dear to my heart, since how I participated in it when I was in college, met my friends there, my husband as well. So it was something that I knew that if I had the opportunity that I wanted to do.
When asked what she still wants to accomplish,
I would like to say that one of my goals is to continue to break down those barriers of stigma associated with mental health conditions and substance use disorder, and really help-seeking behaviors, and change the culture of the practice of law.
It's very easy to notice Danielle's career ambition, her passion for helping others, and love for her hometown. She's also grateful to be recognized for what she feels is just doing the right thing. If you know a woman in Northeast Kansas that we should recognize in this segment, just go to KSNT.com and nominate them there. And we certainly try to feature these honorees on the last Tuesday of each month.
Everything Woman, sponsored by Sharp Honda, Topeka ER and Hospital, and Washburn University.